as a small business owner, you feel like you're going through evolutions of your business. Okay. There's certain certain days where you feel like, things are just impossible. They're mounting up, and just know that it's like one day and there's another day. You wake up the next day and it'll be maybe different, and you can get through it. Just contact people who can help you. Don't try and do it all on your own.
What's up, law firm owners? Thank you for joining us today. My name is Ashley, and I'm the owner of Green Cardigan Marketing. We are a marketing agency who works exclusively in the legal space, helping law firm owners grow and achieve their financial goals. I'm excited. In today's video, we've got Adam Kemper. Adam is the owner of the Workplace Law Firm, an employment law firm based here in Florida. And in today's video, Adam is going to talk to us about how he's leveraged video and social media marketing to grow his law firm, as well as networking and building meaningful relationships. So without further delay, let's get into the conversation with Adam Kemper. Hey, Adam, what's up? Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's just start off with the basics. Tell us who you are, what you do. Just give us a little background on you.
Sure. Thank you. So my name is Adam Kemper, and like you pointed out, I have a law firm. It's called the Workplace Law Firm. I actually opened it up just last year after spending 10 plus years working for other law firms, including 2 large law firms in South Florida. I've done exclusively employment law throughout my entire career, beginning in law school to the present day. I did focus a little bit early on the claimant side in employment law, representing individuals aggrieved from their employers. And then I transitioned primarily to the defense side, where I work with business owners, employers, in dealing with both lawsuits, where they're on the defense side of defending a claim brought by an employee, and also focusing on proactive and preventative measures to avoid a lawsuit. So happy to talk more today about both of those sides of employment law, because it really is a pretty significant field of law.
It is, in what we do dealing with law firm owners every day, and that's who's watching this, right, is a fellow employment law firm owner. So yeah, it is interesting, and they're very different sides, right? But tell me, let's start from the basics or the beginning. Were you an accidental law firm owner? You worked at other law firms. Was it always the goal? What made you lose your mind and want to become your own boss?
So I've always had the itch. I think some of us are more entrepreneurial in spirit than others. I always wanted to do my own thing. I was, both my parents are entrepreneurs. My father later in life, my mom for a very long time. And I always realized that, there's always going to be a ceiling when you're a W-2 employee. You're not always going to have control as being a W-2 employee working for somebody else. And for me, it just became a point in time where I was confident in my own skin to practice the area of law. I had a pretty good loyal client base that I knew would continue to work with me because they'd been working with me for many years. And, enough became enough, and I was just ready to do it,
Take the leap into doing your own thing. So where are you at now? You said you're a year in. Give us the size of your firm, I guess. Is it just you? Do you have supporting staff? What does that look like?
So right now, I'm the primary attorney working for the Workplace Law Firm. But I do have a partnership with another law firm that handles other areas of law, such as corporate and commercial litigation, intellectual property. And what that has done is it's essentially made us more of a full-service collaborative firm. We each have our own separate firms, but we work together on a number of matters as it pertains to the business owner. Plans for the future? I didn't create a law firm by the name of Adam Kemper, PA, which is what a lot of solo practitioner attorneys do, or attorneys that maybe start out with the intention that it's going to be their own firm, but they maybe expand later on. I created the workplace law firm with the intention of it being as small as only being me, or as large as sort of the universe takes us. So I'm open for the organic growth of the firm and look forward to continuing to add to it as we go forward.
That's really smart. I talked to a law firm owner this week who, we're needing to rebrand and relaunch the website because they're wanting to get out of the day-to-day practice of practicing law, right? And so many of our clients are trying to get out of the day-to-day management and oversee processes but they're not necessarily practicing law. And they find themselves in a predicament because it's the Ashley Robinson law firm, right? And so that's really smart for you, of course, through the marketing eyes and the marketing lens of growing or one day selling the firm, right? Tell me, since starting your own business, because I believe that's such a conversation I have with my law firms is, man, I starting my own firm, and then it also hit me that I'm also a small business owner. And those are two different hats. And you're trying to practice law. You went to school to practice law. And as I believe that law firm or the study of law does not necessarily set you up to be a business owner, right? Give us some of what was maybe some of the hardest obstacles so far in your journey, and then maybe what was the biggest surprise thus far.
Good questions. So I think when you're opening up your own firm, you have to get through the mental hurdle that, this is impossible, or this is going to be difficult, or all I know is how to practice law and I don't know how to do these other things in business. You can do it. Okay. Anybody can do it. Okay. So if someone is watching this video, maybe they're thinking about opening up their own law firm, it is doable. Okay. Write down each of the steps that it takes to open up your own law firm. And today, with technology and sort of the remote environment that we live in, it's a lot easier to open a law firm today than it was, let's say, 10 years ago. So I mapped things out. I talked to other people, including one of our mutual friends who originally introduced us, about what it all takes to open up a law firm. And then once I figured it out and started, checking off items on the list, it became a lot easier. And now the biggest challenge, but also the most rewarding part of my profession, is going in each and every week and generating business. Okay, because now I'm not generating business for another law firm. I'm generating business for myself, for my family, for my own firm, and it's just a different dynamic. So it's the most challenging, but also the most rewarding. And I know that a lot of smaller business owners, law firms that are listening in will resonate with what I'm saying there.
It's a different desire. It's a different burning desire when you wake up every day knowing you're fighting for yourself, right? As a small business owner myself, the hustle, if you will, or the desire and the drive is vastly different when I know I'm doing it for me.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the actual law side of it, right? What do you see? Again, I'm a small business owner. You're a small business owner. I'm a small business owner who practices marketing. You're practicing law, but we're all small business owners. Mm-hmm. What do you see as the most common issue or mistake a small business owner is making?
So small business owners, we try and do it all, okay, including myself. And we are eventually going to spread ourselves too thin if we have not done so already. So the biggest mistake that we all make, and I'll call myself out for it, is not seeking help from others. Not seeking supplementary parts to help us in areas of weakness. Because we shouldn't be doing everything. We should be leveraging resources from other people in other areas. So I'm still going through that evolution myself. I'm certainly not perfect in taking up my own advice on that, but I know it is coming, and I know it's part of my firm's evolution to grow and really spread out among different pieces so that it's not all incumbent on me, and that I can begin to spread out some of these other responsibilities among others. So I would say that is probably the biggest mistake, and can't wait to hear your perspective on that same question.
Yeah, I don't even know mistake, but I would say the thing that has shocked me the most is how difficult my business got when I started hiring. When it was me, I thought I was stressed out. But it was me. And so I could tell me what to do and I didn't argue back, or I did it and I did it right. And I'm a micromanager. I'm very headstrong. So that's been the biggest surprise and the most challenging part has been managing people. I'm up to 10 or so employees, contractors. So it gets a lot if you're not organizing your hierarchy or your structure in a way of where everyone is not necessarily directly reporting to you. And when you do, you're stretching yourself so thin, and the business is not growing. You're not getting new business. You're just managing these people. So that's certainly been the hardest part for me.
Yeah, and representing and working with a number of small business owners and dealing with their employee matters, I can certainly understand where you're coming from with that.
It is not easy. Let's talk about you're talking about growing and one day having this supporting staff. Tell me what's worked for you in the world of marketing. What hasn't worked? What's been a waste of time? What are you doing now that you see, this could be beneficial? And maybe not even just marketing, just to grow your law firm. What has worked?
First and foremost, you have to do a good job by your client. Okay. Like, people overlook that part and they want to skip to these other steps, which I'll talk about in a moment. But if you're not doing a good job for your client, then forget the whole concept of repeat business or referrals from those clients. So that should be like priority number one. And then priority number two is building relationships with people. And that takes time. Okay. It's not one networking event. It's not handing out one business card. It's not one Zoom meeting with somebody. It's building relationships with people. And that can take 5 years, maybe in certain instances. There are certain people I've been in relationships with that can certainly, I don't want to say certainly, but potentially send me employment law business, and they may eventually get around to it, but I'm not like giving up on a relationship because they haven't sent anything yet. And also, it's incumbent on me to send business out as well. I do believe that there is positive karma that can come from you sending things out as well, and not just like being a recipient, but also being a giver. So send business out, take care of people, take care of your referral sources. Here's the other thing. So if someone refers me a case, not only am I going to communicate with them to make sure that they know as much as they want to know about the case, that the client is well represented, is well taken care of, and at the very least, the client is going to get quality representation, okay, at the very least. Beyond that, the referring attorney is going to look good, because now the client will appreciate the referral. And then I'm going to be thinking about, well, aside from, doing a good job for the client, is there anything I can do for this referring source? And in certain instances I can, in certain instances I cannot. But I'm thinking about it. I want to take care of my referral sources. That's part of the relationship building. And then getting into these online platforms, which is where you're the expert, in hiring a firm like yours to, leverage all the wonderful capabilities that we have now in 2023, and now soon to be 2024, with things like search engine optimization, or the internet, or marketing and videos and LinkedIn and all of that. There's so much available to us, but it maybe takes having a conversation with someone like yourself to really narrow the focus on what we should be working on, because there are some which work better than others as far as all the variety of online resources. What I've found is that after 13 years of practicing law, I've developed my own voice and my own cadence with how I communicate to people. And that takes time. And people begin to see that, okay, this isn't like some persona, this is actually me. And I think this is just I'm not the expert in this, and I know you are. I think the best marketability is relatability, so that people can relate to you and they can feel comfortable knowing that the person I see in a video or the person I see in these posts is who I'm going to be working with, is who's going to help me with my business or my case. And a lot of that boils down to authenticity. Okay, are you authentic in the message that you're relaying? So I've been very intentional about that. I think it's been pretty effective. For me, it's hit all the goals that I've wanted to hit so far. And, I look forward to what the future holds.
Yeah, and you do a great job with those videos. For those of you watching, Adam does a great job of doing some interview style videos that he just posts on LinkedIn. They're quick hitters, much like this video. We'll chop it up into short videos, right? Because like you're saying, it allows our audience to begin to know, like, and trust us. And you do business with people you know, like, and trust, and they can hear my accent, or they can hear you talk in an expert level about this, or they can hear me tell stories. And the more we can tell stories, again, it's not trying to be authentic. It is authentic, right? And social media, it was not intended to be this professional platform all buttoned up. It's meant to show who you are and let your colors shine through of who you are. Tell me those videos that you do on LinkedIn, that type of marketing and that marketing channel, like you're talking about. There's so many different marketing channels, and depending upon your practice area, your geographic area, every marketing channel is not for everyone, right? As an employment lawyer, LinkedIn is where it's at. You got to be on LinkedIn, and you do a great job.
Thank you. What
have you seen through those videos? Or do you see that is it pushing folks further down the funnel, the sales funnel? Are they ready to buy quicker? Do they know more about you? What have you seen? What patterns have you seen?
So I haven't analyzed it in a way that I know you would analyze it, because that's not my expertise. But what I can say is that it's quick, it's fairly easy to do, and it's something I enjoy doing. And I think I'm providing additional free value for people, because there is a paid part of this. That's how we're all in business, and we can't make a living without charging for our legal fees and our legal advice. But if I can add additional value through some short clips of information that give people a taste of what to expect if they were to work with me, I think that is like basically a sneak preview to a movie. They can have a preview of what it's like to work with me. So that's what it's all. That's what the intention is. But I also keep very, very low expectations on things, because especially like if you're fairly new to practicing law, or you're earlier on in your career, you can't get hung up on the ROIs, like the immediacy of them. Okay. Because this stuff does take time. And in my opinion, it's a matter of time where people see enough of your content where they start building associations. Okay. So at some point in time, Adam Kemper, the workplace law firm, employment law becomes more than hashtags. It becomes like associations, so that if someone has a need for my area of the law, well, maybe they saw my content. Maybe they saw an article I published. Maybe they saw me speak live. Maybe they're watching this video right now, because I do represent some law firm owners, by the way. But the point is, it's not a quick process. You got to put the content out there and keep your expectations low, and then be amazed by the results.
I mean, if I could get you to preach to every client of it's organic marketing, right? This is organic, and you have to continue it. It's the marathon versus paid ads. That's the sprint,
right?
But you're going to stop the organic marketing, and you're going to say, I hear we're not getting anything from organic marketing. Well, number one, the data tells me otherwise. The data tells me that when we started with your firm versus now, you're seeing a tremendous growth, but it trickles in. It's the mailbox money, right? It's not the paid ads. It's very expensive to do paid ads marketing, and there's a time and a place. But I love how you said it's an added value. I'm just providing an added value, and it will pay off for that potential client who's been following me, who didn't even know they needed me until the situation come up, and they're like, you know what? Adam Kemper. I've been thinking about him, or I've been seeing his content. So it's a slow drip, right? And
absolutely.
I love how you said, I love that it's just an added value to your clients. Tell me what's next for your firm. What next in terms of goals? Where are you looking to get to? How are you going to get there? Give us the dream board that you've got going into 2024.
Okay, so it is goal season with New Year's coming up, and I am one to write them down. I haven't got down to writing my 2024 goals yet because I'm still very present to December 13th, 2023, which is the date of this recording. So I'm personally like keeping a balanced approach with being present, trying to do very well each and every day before I start thinking too much about the future. It's important to write out your goals and start thinking about them, but don't lose sight of the present moment and all that can be accomplished right now and all the good that can be done too. So to answer your question, I haven't written down my goals yet. I would, of course, like any business owner, like to improve on the revenues from 2023. Inflation is going the way it's going, so prices are going to go up for everybody. I'd like to improve on that, but continue to give the same quality service. I never personally, no matter how large my firm gets, I never want to lose the quality or lose like the communication. So I always feel the level of communication. So I always feel like I'm going to have a concierge type practice. I'm not going to have a behemoth law firm. I don't have that intention, at least. I would like to organically grow to a point where there's similarly minded individuals who put customer service first, okay, who care about the client, care about their needs, charge them reasonably, okay, because that's a major part of our practice too, is that we're very mindful about how we charge people, and we want to be fair, and we want to be approachable too. We want to be the business partner that you go to help solve a problem before it becomes a real problem. So finding people similarly minded and keeping that balanced approach, but really just staying organic. So I don't know how many people that looks like. It could be one or two more next year. It could be more than that. Or it could just be me. I'm okay with any outcome. I'm letting the universe decide.
I love your management of expectations to say the growth will come as long as I maintain what's important to me, and that's the customer service, right? Tell me, what are you most looking forward to as a business owner? Just period. Next year, 10 years from now, what are you most looking forward to? Or what's one thing that's exciting to you to think about?
I'm just excited to continue to grow the relationships I have with people, continue to provide value to not only my clients, my referral sources, but also to the just the general public. If there's ways that I can help people, and that's what a lot of my content is about, is just helping people, maybe answering questions that they have, and maybe they don't even need to go to a lawyer anymore because they found something that I put online, and I'm okay with that too. My goal is to genuinely help people. So expanding the reach in that regard, helping more people if possible, and then also having the time to be with my family, watch my kids grow up. That's personally important to me. So, your kids only grow up like one time, and it's already going fast. So I definitely want to be around for that and not overly consumed with this part of things.
It's just one small piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Adam, is there anything I didn't ask you that you wanna throw out there?
No, the only thing I would add is that, as a small business owner, you feel like you're going through evolutions of your business. Okay. There's certain days where you feel like, things are just impossible. They're mounting up, and just know that it's like one day and there's another day. You wake up the next day and it'll be maybe different, and you can get through it. Just contact people who can help you. Don't try and do it all on your own. And I know I need to take my own advice on that, but I also can relate to the business owner that can work till midnight or work till 3 a.m. and is just so hung up on something and then feels like it's impossible to overcome. But then there's the start of a new day and then you overcame it. So for whatever that's worth.
Great word of advice.
Yeah.
Well, give us your website, your social accounts. How can folks find you online?
So theworkplacelawfirm.com is my website. Adam Kemper, just look me up on LinkedIn, or the Workplace Law Firm. You can look me up on LinkedIn. That's where I'm most active. I do have a YouTube page where I'm reposting a lot of my videos, but LinkedIn is probably the best resource to find information about me, to get some daily content about HR or employment law topics, and also to potentially reach out to me.
Cool. Well, Adam, thanks again for your time. If you're watching this and you're in Adam's shoes and you're saying, hey, I'm looking to grow my law firm, at Green Cardigan, we would love to provide you with a digital marketing service and help you grow your law firm. But thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.